to our 5-day Advent challenge. As you can see, today I'm in my car, so hopefully the lighting isn't too weird. Does it look like I have a halo back here or something from the sun? Maybe not. But today, let's review a little bit what we've been talking about this week in case you have missed it. If you have, I encourage you to go back and listen to the videos from starting with Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and today we've got Thursday, and you will be all caught up. And so all this week, we have been talking about how we can get ready so that we can be ready when Jesus comes. And again, we are talking about the 3 different ways that Jesus comes. He comes at his nativity at Christmas time. He comes for his second coming, which could happen anytime, any day. We don't know the day or the hour, do we? And he wants to come every single day into our hearts in every moment. And that's available to us if we are only open to it. So again, there are some things that we can actively do with our will, choosing to take these actions so that we will be ready. It's just part of our being, and we are ready at any time when Jesus wants to come into our hearts. So the first day we talked about getting your house in order, and we talked about 3 different kinds of space: physical space, mental space, and your heart space, your head space and your heart space, right? The second day we talked about, oh goodness, I'm trying to do this from memory. Second day we talked about prayer, how important it is to connect with God in prayer every day. And I shared an easy little acronym with you. Go back and check out that video from Tuesday if you want to see that again. And yesterday we talked about the importance of listening. What are we listening to? What are we consuming? And what are the different kinds of listening that we might be doing? And today we're going to talk about looking. So if we want to receive Jesus, if we want to receive his grace, we want to receive him in the nativity, we have to actually look for him. It's as simple as that. Because if we are not looking for him, we are very likely going to miss him. We're not going to find him if we're not looking. So we get to be like the wise men who were actively seeking him. They were actively seeking the Messiah. And so let's talk about looking. What does that look like? And very often I talk specifically about looking for the ways that God is working in your life. Look for how his grace shows up in your life, in every day, in every moment. And again, if you're looking for it, you will find it. Because he's there, I promise. So this is going to be a really short live today because I just have a simple challenge. What are some ways that you might see Jesus? That you might look and find him? You're going to see him in your relationships. You're going to see him in the way that people relate to each other. If they are loving, if they're being kind and loving toward each other, that's God's grace working through them. You're going to see just every single blessing that you see around you, even in nature. Everything that you see around you is for you. It's all grace. It's all gift. So, my challenge for you today, super simple. Create a list. Create a list of all the ways that you see God's grace, that you see God's presence in your life. Do it for one day, do it for a week. Imagine how powerful that would be if you recorded that every night for a week. You would have quite a list. Sometimes this is a great exercise to do in the shower. And just think about, oh, God, thank you for hot water. God, thank you that I have a house. Thank you that I have a family. Thank you for all these things. So every single one of those things is, again, every one of those blessings is God working in your life. It's all His grace. So those exercises of gratitude help us look for Him. And here's the other thing that's really powerful, and I've mentioned this before in the context of talking about the daily examine, where you, at night, you look back on your day and you look for the places where you saw God's grace at work during the day. This exercise is very similar to that, or this little challenge that I'm giving you. And the reason that that is so powerful for you to not only look for it and think about it, but also to write it down. This is why I'm a big fan of journaling, even if it's as simple as writing down 3 to 5 things at night that were areas where you saw God show up that day. And the reason that is so powerful is because then you are collecting a list, you are collecting evidence for your brain where if there is ever a moment when you doubt God's providence, when you are doubting whether He's going to show up and provide what you actually need, what is according to His will, when you doubt whether you have what it takes to do what He's asking you to do, or to heal some situation in a relationship, whatever it is, you have a list then of all the ways and all the times that you have seen evidence that God shows up for you. He shows up for you, He shows up for other people. And that list is powerful evidence for your brain to help you believe that He can do it again. So, that is my challenge for you today. Look, this is how you can actively get ready to be ready when Jesus comes. Make a list of all the ways that you see Jesus already in your life. You see His grace everywhere, all around you, in every moment of every day. So, I would love to see, let's get even more specific about this, okay? What if you sit down and you take 5 minutes, challenge yourself, and see how many pieces of evidence you can come up with in 5 minutes. And then go in the comments of this video and tell us how many you came up with in 5 minutes. Set a little timer and go for it. And I can't wait to see what you come up with. And sometimes when we do these exercises, sometimes what we write down, there may be a few in there on that list that surprise you. So if something comes up that surprises you, I would love to hear what that is. Otherwise, just let us know how many you came up with. And I can't wait to see your list. So share that with us. And I will be back to round up this 5-day Advent challenge tomorrow. And wait till you see what our next topic is. I'm going to keep it a secret until then. But until then, I want to wish all of you a very blessed Advent. And remember that I am praying for you always. And I pray that God's blessing on you and all those that you love. And I'll see you next time. Bye.